This is how to set up and use Rabby wallet. Rabby supports EVM chains in the same way that MetaMask does. So if you're using Ethereum, Arbitrum, Optimism, BNB Smart Chain, Avalanche, Polygon, and many others, you can use this just like you use MetaMask. I'm going to show you exactly how to set up and use the wallet. I'll leave timestamps for everything down below. We can come to rabby.io. I'll leave them linked at the top of the description as well. I'm going to click download for Chrome here and then go through and just download the wallet. I've got it installed already, so we'll go through setting up the wallet now. If you have existing crypto wallets on your browser, you may want to pause them or turn them off so they don't clash with Rabby if you're using applications. But from here, we'll set up a new wallet. So it says access all dApps and self-custodial. This is a hot wallet that you're setting up on your device. And if you want to set up a hardware wallet, you can do that with Rabby as well and just link them up. We'll press get started. And then these are the options. So if you want to create a brand new wallet with a brand new seed phrase, click create new seed phrase. This is going to give you that list of 12 words that you can use to reload your wallet on any other device or application. So you don't need Rabby with that seed phrase. Import seed is if you have one already from a MetaMask or another EVM wallet, Trust Wallet or something, you can load it in here to get access for your funds. If you want to export a private key from your existing wallet, you can just load it in here and get access as well. And then this is your MetaMask account if you want to directly import it if you've got one installed on your Chrome already. So from here, we'll just create a new seed like this and then set a password. This is an app-specific password locally on your computer. So this is a throwaway thing, really. If you delete the app and load it again, then you'll just set a new password. But it's a secondary security feature, so I'll just set something simple for now. After that, we can see our new seed phrase of our brand new wallet. So just make sure you understand what a seed phrase is. If you lose it, your assets will be lost forever. You cannot recover them. And if someone else has that seed phrase, they have access to your wallet and everything inside. So keep this extremely safe. You can write it down, or you can either buy a steel seed phrase to back it up, or more safely, you can actually just set up a hardware wallet separately and then link that with Rabby to link to applications. In any case, you can show seed phrase right here, and that is going to show you the 12 to 18 words that you can use to reload the wallet at any other time. So show seed phrase, go through with that, and you can set up the wallet. If you want to link a hardware wallet with Rabby because Rabby is a better interface for applications, we can do that too. But we keep our seed phrase offline in the hardware wallet, which is often safer than having a hot wallet directly on a computer. So connect hardware wallets here. You can see most of the large hardware wallet providers are supported. I'll show you with Ledger here. So click this. Now, if you have a Ledger or a Trezor or anything else, you're going to need it plugged into your computer, turned on, and then inside the Ethereum application if you have that. So for Ledger, you need an app for Ethereum. So I've got my Ledger device plugged in and it's opened on the Ethereum app. So I'm going to click next. And then it says connect to this device, so allow. And then you can see I've got my NanoX here that we can use to connect. So just press connect. Now what this does is it allows Rabby to read your balances from your hardware device. However, if you want to sign transactions, you of course need your hardware wallet to sign those transactions. So Rabby can't do anything with your funds unless you approve them on the hardware wallet. And so your seed phrase and private keys are always offline there. So you can either create a new wallet or attach a hardware wallet and use Rabby as an interface. Or of course, you can just reload previous wallets and use them as new hot wallets in Rabby. Now, when you're setting up a wallet within Rabby, it's going to ask you which accounts do you want to use or which addresses do you want to use. So you can see them all here. Now, every wallet can have, multiple accounts or addresses within it. And so if you are reloading a wallet or able to choose this, you can turn all of these on. Now, for most people, you need basically one address to receive funds and then use it. But all of these addresses are linked to the same seed phrase of the wallet. So you have one wallet, but you have multiple sub accounts and different addresses within that to use. They're all linked to the same seed phrase though. So if you do have this, if you're loading a wallet, you can choose this. Now for me, I'm just going to choose one to turn this on. This is the main address for this wallet. And so I don't need to use any more, but you can turn many of these on if you want. Just choose at least one address that you want to use. And then from here, we can press done. And then it's going to load that wallet into my Rabby. Rabby is really more of an interface, so you can have multiple different wallets with different seed phrases and things loaded at different times. So if you go to the top right wallet icon, you can just add them in many different ways here. For example, if you have a hardware wallet or you want to use a specific wallet on your phone, you can do it through the interface. Now, if we go back and click on the top kind of message here, if we click that, you can see all of the different types of wallets that are loaded in Rabby. And if you have hot wallets, then you can use Rabby. If you have hardware wallets, plug them in, you can still use Rabby and sign transactions on those. So it's an interface where you can use multiple different wallets and just use them through this application. From here, we need to get some crypto into our account, especially if you've set up a brand new wallet within Rabby, then you won't have any assets. So go to receive. And then from here, choose the network that you want to use. Now, all of these networks are EVM networks, which means they should all have the exact same address. And so it doesn't really matter which chain that you use here, but to be sure, you can just choose the one that you want to receive the coins on. For me, you can see BNB chain has a balance. And so it says, well, this one you obviously use often, so we'll put it at the top. So I'm going to click that one. And then that's the address it gives me for my BNB chain. Now, because all of the addresses should be exactly the same across all of the chains, you just need to make sure that you're sending and receiving the asset that you want on the chain that you want to use. So for me, I want to use BNB chain and I'm going to receive BNB coin. So I'm going to copy this address and then I'm going to go over to another wallet or an exchange to actually send some funds out. So I'm going to be sending BNB coin and I'm going to paste in my address here. And then for me, the network that I want to use, I know that I want to receive the coins on BNB Smart Chain. And so I'm going to tell Binance that I want them to send these assets on the BNB Smart Chain. So I'm going to click that. Yes, I'm sure. And now it's sending this coin to my address and it's on the chain that I want, which is the BNB Smart Chain. So I'm just going to, put an amount in here that I can send out, click withdraw, and that goes to my wallet address. So if you need to buy assets or anything, I'll leave links to Binance and some of the other exchanges I use below. You can get some deposit bonuses on there. So you can check the links down below for all of the details. Rabby lets you see all of the transactions in and out of your wallet. So if you click on the transactions tab, you should see those funds being sent over from wherever you sent them from. You can also see here it says hide scam transactions. So there are actually some scam transactions that have come into my wallet, and obviously I can't control those, but you can actually see them here. They're either scams or they're, silly NFTs or airdrops or anything. So you can just obviously hide those. If you click hide scam transactions, then it's going to show you all of the real transactions that have come in and out of your wallet. So you should be able to see all of those transactions. Now, if you go to more as well, you can, make sure that things are set up properly. So you can lock the wallet right here and that locks it. So you need your password to get back into the application. If you forget that, just delete the app, put in your seed phrase again, when you re-download the app. You can see manage address right here. So that goes through into the addresses that we have. So you can delete these out of the wallet if you want to do that. If we go to more as well, you can see connected dApps down here. We're about to connect to a dApp, but if you click this, you should see that nothing is here. So you can actually link to multiple dApps at the same time, and you can manage your connections here. So if you see that you're connected to dApps, just disconnect from them if you're not using them at that time. And then some other preferences right here, which are mostly self-explanatory. If you want to send assets out of your wallet to either trade them or cash out to a centralized exchange or another wallet, click send. And then it says you can choose the assets that you have. I just have these assets, so BNB coin. So I'm going to click that. And we know we're sending from the wallet that we have. We're going to paste in the address of my exchange. And it says not on address list. So for right here, I'm going to click add to contacts and then just enter the note on the address. So put this as my exchange or whatever, and that will be in your contacts list. So you can just choose it automatically next time and you don't have to copy and paste if you want to do that. If you don't do that, you can grant temporary access to use that without adding it to your contacts. So click this and then you have to put in your password. So I'll do that. And then from there, you grant it temporary access to actually spend the coins into that address. So you can choose, an amount that you want to send over to that address and press send. So if you want to manage that, you can see add to contacts here. If you go out and then more, you can see enable whitelist for sending assets. So what that means is you have a whitelist of addresses that you're happy to send to. So if anyone gets into your wallet or anything, they're going to need the app password in order to change that. So that's how you get into that setting.